Hey, everyone. Oh,
I
I was not wrong, Olivia. I'm so excited. All right, Shredder. Well, Shredder, I had to go live. I know everyone and their mom is live, but I have put so much work into this case that I was like, I'm doing it. I'm ready to do it.
and I
How are you,
dragged
Kaz?
myself.
COVID baby.
I'm not well, but I couldn't not come up.
I know. Hey, Julianne. God is good. Who was wrong, Olivia? We're going to get right into this. Let's find out who this kid is.
Sorry.
Waiting for. First, let me say on his, let's look at this real quick. Telling you guys, it was Maddie. The only person he followed on Instagram was Maddie. Ah, oh, Kaz, I was getting close. But I'm glad the
Right.
police beat me to it. Right? Everyone? Yeah. That's what happens though. But he only followed Maddie.
You did. Thanks for that. I feel like that's warmed up. My husband's even worse. If
God,
that's
guys,
possible.
I am so glad they caught this kid. So let's find out a little bit about him before the press conference starts. And I've got the press conference up 25 minutes.
Update on that suspect in custody in the case of these murders. More to come on Live Now from Fox after this 2-minute break.
Okay, so we went live on this. Oh, that's live. Okay. Hang on, I got plenty more, guys.
COVID shredder.
Right? I hope she doesn't give us COVID through the computer.
But it's affected my upper respiratory as well. I've got a hectic cough.
Bryan Christopher Kohberger filed on 12/30/22. Status information awaiting extradition. Confinement known as Monroe County Prison. Date of birth 11/21/94. Wow. And the rumor is that his sister lived in that blue house with a security camera.
Hmm. But I can't verify it.
Huh.
It's
And
too.
Kaz, tell them too about his graduate school. What did he
Oh. Well, back in the beginning, on Reddit, when he was doing his thesis, he did a survey, and he was asking for participants to join. Sorry, hang on a minute. Sorry. He,
scary?
he asked participants to partake in this survey he was doing for his criminology uh, thesis, and it was how to get away with the perfect crime.
How to get away with the perfect crime. Hey Agnes, I don't know. Your message
Uh,
was deleted?
Nothing's been deleted, Twitter. Hmm, what can I
Olivia said
say?
I was wrong. I thought I nailed this one. Hey millennial. Really? Maybe it's Google Agnes because I know the only mod is Shredder, and I don't think that she would. And I think Julian's here. Hey, Julian. I don't think they kicked you out, Agnes. I think it was a mistake. So what else do we have on him before this?
Well, I sent you a
Guys, look at this too, real fast. I can't believe that Dale Carson told us yes.
I know.
Dale Carson, yes, I'd like to chat with you about these killings. Could you form a series of questions to ask me about who, what, when, where, and how? The day after I get this back from Dale, which I'm still going to ask him to come on and talk to us because, as far as I'm concerned, he nailed it.
Yeah.
Lilac, we have an arrest in the Idaho 4. The kid was in Pennsylvania, 28 years old.
Agnes, nobody hates you here, sweetheart. We don't hate here.
Yeah, nobody hates here, Agnes. It was probably the Google bot. Let me
Yeah,
show
because
Lilac
I've
his
definitely double checked and there's been nobody removed at all,
Lilac. This
sweetheart.
is him right here. 28 years old, arrested in Pennsylvania. The rumor is he went to college in Washington State and his sister lived in the neighborhood. No, Shredder, I'm wrong a lot, but this one, I was not wrong. I could almost see him besides his feet. I felt that he was 28 or 30. I thought that he was outside of the group. I never thought it was Jack, Jake. Never. I just never thought it was any of them.
Mm,
Crime Circus almost, I had that 1% of Jack only because of Murphy.
mm, yeah, I agree. That still bamboozles me. Why? Why would Brian put the dog in a room? Oh,
Exactly.
hang on, I'm gonna mute that again.
All right, let me open. You go ahead and mute down. Let's go ahead and listen to the News Nation article before this starts. God, I'm so excited.
News this morning. News Nation can confirm an arrest has reportedly been made in the quadruple stabbing death of four students in Moscow, Idaho.
Woo.
Bryan Enton joins us now on the phone for more on this. Bryan, this is a story you have been covering since the very beginning. This is huge news.
Yeah, huge news, Nicole, and we can finally confirm it that an arrest has been made in the quadruple homicide in Moscow, Idaho. Obviously, this has been a long time coming, almost 2 months now, that these families have been waiting for justice since these four University of Idaho students were killed. And now finally, I can confirm that an arrest has been made. We're waiting to get more details, Nicole, about the specifics of exactly how this went down. I'm learning it happened early this morning, and we're waiting to get a name and more specifics confirmed. We know police are planning to have a news conference at 1 o'clock Pacific time, where they'll release more information.
And right now, Bryan, obviously this is breaking. Again, as you said, we're waiting to find out more information. Do we have any idea on where this arrest was made? Was it made there in Moscow? Was it made in Idaho? Do we know?
So what I'm learning is that it was made out of state. I'm working to confirm more details about exactly where, and again, how it all went down, who this person is, so they're possibly connected to Idaho. But from what I'm learning at this point, the arrest did not happen in the state of Idaho.
All right. And Bryan, just talk us through a little bit, the days, the weeks, the more than a month, almost 2 months of this investigation. You spent so much time there in Moscow, thousands of tips
Right,
coming in
Agnes?
from the public on this.
Yeah, it's been an emotional roller coaster for the families, obviously, police investigating. They've been so tight-lipped, as you know, basically giving up nothing, making it almost seem like they had no information. But there was always this feeling that behind the scenes, they were slowly building a case. And now we know that was what was happening, now that we know that they've made this arrest. What's interesting...
Not Kaylee, Millennium. I'll go ahead and show you that after I showed it in the beginning. He was only following Maddie.
I can't believe it, is that the celebration of life, so the memorial service for victims Kaylee Goncalves and Maddie Mogan, the two best friends who were killed, is this afternoon in Idaho. It just happens to be this afternoon, and obviously,
Wow. Today is the life celebration for Kaylee and Maddie, and imagine the day that this guy is caught.
I know, isn't it
Hey,
amazing?
Jennifer. I know.
Hey, hey, Jen.
I know, guys. I know that I sound hyper today, but when I woke up and Chisme said they made an arrest, I was like I was running down my iced driveway and didn't even need ice skates on today. I was like, woo!
Don't make me laugh. I'll start coughing again. Don't.
Even Sandy at the Tilton said to me, "Why do you look like you won the lottery today?" I said, "Because I did win the lottery." She goes, "We're going to the Bahamas." I said, "No. The guy that took out the beautiful college kids is going to jail." She's like, "What?" All right, let's finish this, guys.
those families, all they've wanted is justice. All they've wanted is an arrest. And now to find out that this arrest literally happened hours before the memorial service, I mean, it's really something.
Wait, and speaking of that, Bryan, we just learned yesterday that they were planning to bring in cleaning crews starting tomorrow to the home to start cleaning up the materials, cleaning up
Oh,
the
hell
house.
no.
Obviously, a grisly scene in there.
They need to burn
And,
it
I
down.
know personally, I thought, well, gee, it seems kind of odd that they would be bringing in a cleaning crew if they have yet to make an arrest, if they have yet to name a suspect. And here we are just a day later learning that an arrest has in fact been made.
Yeah, it's a really good point. It was interesting they announced yesterday that they
thought they might have had something going on.
Because of the fact they were bringing in the cleaning crew?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, Agnes? Paladin? I told Kaz that joking. I said, what if Paladin is the killer?
Came in to clean out the house and then
Burn it down.
releasing that house back to the property management company.
How many of you guys, my beautiful 14 people, think that they should burn down this house and wrecking ball it? I don't think anyone should. This place needs to go down.
But they won't.
It needs to. Yeah, I would never let my kid live in this house. Unbelievable. I am so happy.
Company, which was interesting timing because, yeah, I mean, when I was on the ground there, everyone, including the prosecutor, said we're going to keep the house secure as long as we need to build the case. So the timing was interesting, which sort of got people thinking, well, is something about to happen behind the scenes here? The fact that they are now going to release the house, it'll no longer be a crime scene. And then that's exactly apparently what was happening because they made that announcement yesterday. They're going to start cleaning out the house today. And now we've confirmed this arrest.
Right, Detangled? Hello. Yeah, Kaz is just here because she was sick and I said, just come up with me. You don't have to talk. I'm hyper enough. Okay, let me check the press conference. We have 13 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah,
So, 7 months ago, research participation needed. This is from the Idaho suspected killer. My name is Bryan, and I am inviting you to participate in a research project that seeks to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision making when committing a crime. In particular, the study seeks to understand the story behind your most recent criminal offense with an emphasis on your thoughts and feelings throughout your experience. In the event that your most recent offense was not one that led to a conviction, you may still participate. Additional surveys are included after the open-ended section as to best understand your unique traits. The study should take about 15 to 20 minutes to fully complete. Your identity and all answers provided are completely confidential, and the link to the survey is also an anonymous link. This research has been approved by the Sales University. IRB. Must be 18 years or over. If you opt to participate, you may terminate participation at any time for any reason. If you have any questions about this research, you may contact the research team via email at his email address, anonymous link. Did you click on this link, Kaz? Was it still this link? Was it still active?
No, it's not active anymore.
Huh.
Well, it
All
wouldn't
right.
work from mine anyway. Let me try. Let me try it off my computer.
Hmm.
I only tried it off my
You know
phone.
what that sound? That was 7 months ago. That sounds to
Yeah,
me like he was gathering people's ideas of that. Ooh, was he planning? I think he was a planner.
yeah.
Let me show you Millennial real quick. His IG and who he was following. I mean, he could have been following them at one time and he took it down, but the
But he
only
did.
one I could find was Maddie.
Yeah,
Am I sharing it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll just make it bigger so people can see.
So this is who he was following.
And he's following some really strange IG accounts.
Bow-legged girls.
Yeah, and like bow-legged females surgery. Just type Maddie up the top, and it'll take you straight
No,
to
no,
it.
I want to show them who he was
Oh,
following.
oh, gotcha. Sorry.
And obviously, he took his post down. He's got too many followers not to have one post.
Yeah. Hey, Sassafras, how are you, sweetheart?
And there's Maddie. Only one that he followed was Maddie Mogan. Hannah, all you girls, look at. Mm, what a creeper. Kaz, did they mention him at joining any military or ROTC?
No. I mean,
Mm,
he's not even had a traffic ticket before.
yeah, his background is clean as clean can be. Do you guys think that he skinned that dog?
Well, you know,
We're
anything's
about to find out.
possible.
Hey,
Anything's
Sassafras.
possible.
All right, let me put on the get the press conference ready so I don't start talking and we miss a second of it. All right, we've got 8 minutes, and then we'll check out Twitter and stuff and see what's coming up. But I'm not tooting my horn, guys. I never do. But for some reason, I don't know, I could see this guy, but he had no feet. I was telling
Mm,
Kat, I
mm.
could see him. He's tall. He's got brown hair. He's slender. He's got a hunchback when he stands.
No, Sass, this one is actually real. This one is had for a very long time. The other ones, well, there's so many of Bryan Kohberger's Instagram accounts that are out there, and they're all fake. This one has been out there for quite a while, so this one is not. This is his official one.
Yeah, that one's been around for a while.
Yeah. No, I know about the fake ones.
Let's go look on Vine real quick and see what they're saying about him. Kitty, don't you scratch me. No. Ah.
Um,
Hey,
the re- the link to
hey,
Pennsylvania, guys, is his family home is in Pennsylvania. No,
don't bite me. Sorry, my cat was biting me.
oh, kitty, that kitty.
All right, let's look at the Vine link and see if we can find him. He's a nice. He sounds like his name, like a nice Jewish boy. So my question is, I am 100% convinced that this guy was seen on the corner bar surveillance camera.
It surprised me. He was there
I
for a
know,
reason.
Lilac. At least they're going to have justice, so maybe they can find some type of piece of moving on that this guy's been arrested. Let's go check out Vine link, but I do not want to miss this 1 second of the press conference. All right. Okay. Bryan, right? What's his last name, Kaz? Krowberger?
Kohberger,
Hang on.
Kohberger.
Hang on. I put his name in the first one. Kohberger.
Berger. Kohberger.
Oh, wait. I got to go to Pennsylvania. Hang on, guys.
Yeah, you gotta go Pennsylvania.
I'm in Idaho.
No, Pennsylvania.
It always comes up Idaho. All right. Let me just share my
Yes,
whole screen real quick.
that's a possibility, Sass.
What
But
did
it would
Sarah
be
say?
hard. Oh, Sass says she theorizes that he's going to use his disser- oh, dissertation's research as a defense. It drove him crazy. But if he's doing a criminologist degree, that'd be hard pressed to use that. You know what you're getting yourself in for when you do a criminologist degree.
And
Otherwise, you
it's
wouldn't
almost
do it.
scary that he was taking criminology in college.
Mm.
Come on, girl. I can't even type right. I'm so excited there was an arrest made. Here he
There
is.
it is. There it is.
28, male, white, non Hispanic, date of birth November 21st. He just had a birthday too. So he
Yeah.
does this. So he so he does this a week before his birthday. He's such a nice guy.
Hey, Ray Bird.
Hey, Raybird. All right. Let's go back to the.
Yeah, Idaho does have the death penalty.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
4 minutes, guys. I'm going to go use the little girl's room. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I am so excited, Kaz. Like, oh my gosh.
So excited.
Now everybody can stop speculating and let everyone now just, I don't even know what the word is, heal. Start to heal.
Well, yeah, the healing process can start in some respects, but it won't in others because unless he admits to it, the poor family has got to go through a heck of a long trial process. They're going to have to wait at least 6 months for the trial process to start. Then at least 4 to 6 weeks of trial, and they're going to hear all of what evidence that they've got.
Me too. Oh, guys, here we go. Oh, nope. Yep.
No, yep, nope, yep, nope.
Yep.
Hello, Alyssa Casada. How are you, my darling?
It's starting, guys. Refresh the page. I don't want to miss update. All right, it's on.
And so much for all the people that kept saying that the police were inadequate
I
to.
know. I'm not saying a word in this press conference. I promise, guys. I'm going to get the duct tape right now.
I was just going to say, I wanted to see you on camera with the tape across your heart, tape
Okay,
across
I'll
your
do
mouth.
it. I'll do it. Give me a second. Good to see you, Elisa. Elisa Quesada. I can't get up. I just can't walk away from the screen like to even pee.
Where's your mum's Depends when you need one?
Shh. I hope Chisme's okay.
It's unusual for her not to be here.
Well, she went out to do laundry and she was going to go up live from her phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try to call her.
Jess will be kicking herself too. It's very unusual for Jess not to be here.
Right? Maybe she doesn't know yet.
I've tried to get a hold of her.
It's okay if she's at Ickmails, but I know she's not.
Yeah,
Come
Lana.
on, people.
She's not even seen the message I sent
It's
her.
live right now.
I'll crank her.
Streaming. Started streaming. Look at 50,000 people watching. $50,000 people
Surprise, surprise.
are watching this stream right now. Gotta make sure I'm not missing a thing. With his little bulletproof vest on. Dun, 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 dun. We've got 1 minute. Oh, here we go.
Thank you for coming today. Last night, in conjunction with the Pennsylvania State Police, Federal Bureau of Investigation, detectives arrested 28-year-old Bryan Christopher Kohberger in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, on a warrant for murders of Ethan, Zana, Madison, and Kaylee. I want to personally thank these agencies for their assistance in this case. Kohberger resides in Pullman, Washington, and is a graduate student at Washington State University. We will provide as much information as we can about the extradition to Idaho criminal process. However, due to Idaho state law, we are limited in what information we can release today until Kohberger has his initial appearance in Idaho court. I want to express my appreciation to our local community, the people of Idaho, and those throughout our nation who provided information to help us investigate these murders has been very impressive. We've received over 19,000 tips, and we've conducted over 300 interviews. To recap this case, on the evening of November 12th, Kaylee and Madison arrived home at about 1:56 a.m. after visiting a local bar and street food vendor. Ethan and Zana were at the Sigma Chi house before arriving home around 1:45 a.m. The two surviving roommates had also been in the community but returned around 1 a.m. On the morning of November 13th, a 911 call was made at 11:58 a.m. reporting an unconscious person at the residence. The call came from inside the home from one of the surviving roommates' cell phones. Moscow police responded and found 2 victims on the 2nd floor and 2 victims on the 3rd floor. On November 17th, autopsies were conducted and the Latah County coroner confirmed the identity of the 4 victims. The cause and manner of death was homicide by stabbing. Some had defensive wounds and each had multiple Each had been stabbed multiple times. These murders have shaken our community, and no arrest will ever bring back these young students. However, we do believe justice will be found through the criminal process. This was a very complex and extensive case. We developed a clear picture over time, and we stand assured that the work is not done, but be assured the work is not done. This has just started. Since November, we have remained laser focused on pursuing every lead in our pursuit of justice for the victims and their families. I recognize the frustration with the lack of information that's been released. However, providing any details in this criminal investigation might have tainted the upcoming criminal prosecution or alerted the suspect of our progress. We will continue to provide as much information as we can as the process moves forward. Today, I want to specifically thank our dedicated Moscow Police Department detectives, patrol officers, the Idaho State detectives, the Idaho State troopers, and their crime lab technicians and scientists, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation for the resources and personnel to conduct this massive investigation. It was the dedication of them and the persistence and the numerous hours that led to an arrest. Fortunately, these highly skilled people worked together as a cohesive team to solve this case. I also want to thank our community and the nation. Over the past 6 weeks, I've been continually reminded of how much our community cares. Locally, public support has been exceptional with kind words, food for investigators, and letters of support. You will never know how much your words of encouragement help us through these trying times. I appreciate each of you and each of your kindness. Agencies and individuals from across the nation have reached out to us to express their support to this department. I'm reminded how our Moscow community, our families, and the nation has been impacted by this daily. Finally, I do want to thank our media partners for the help. You kept this in the news, you helped us with tips, you kept things going, and we truly appreciate that. And you are the product of those 19,000 tips that we received, which is an impressive number. I would like to invite Bill Thompson, the county prosecutor, up at this time.
Good afternoon, folks. My name is Bill Thompson. I'm the Latah County prosecutor. And it's sad to be here, but happy to be here at the same time. As Chief Fry indicated, a criminal complaint was filed yesterday here in Latah County, charging the defendant, Mr. Kohberger, with 4 counts of first-degree murder, in addition to felony burglary, which involves entering the residence with the intent to commit the crime of murder. Mr. Kohberger, and let me preface, there's a pending case now in court, and I and my office and the investigators have to live with the restrictions that our Supreme Court places on pretrial publicity. That said, I promise you we will share with you through the court process or otherwise whatever we are allowed to. I just appreciate your patience on that. The factual basis for the charges are summarized in what's called a probable cause affidavit that is on file with the court. According to the rules of the Idaho Supreme Court, that is sealed until Mr. Kohberger is physically back in Latah County and has been served with the Idaho arrest warrant. At that time, we expect that that affidavit will be available to you so you can share the true facts with all of your readers and your watchers and your listeners and all the people who are interested and really need to know what's going on. So please have patience with us on that. We hope to get that to you as soon as we can. As far as Mr. Kohberger, I can share with you that he is a graduate student at Washington State University and has an apartment residence over in Pullman. He has had an initial appearance in front of a judge in Pennsylvania. He is being held without bond, and the warrant from our magistrate judge here also provides for no bond. We understand that he's scheduled to be back in court in Pennsylvania next Tuesday afternoon, and that a public defender has been appointed for him there. The process at this point is, since he was arrested in another state, he has the opportunity to either waive extradition and return voluntarily to the state of Idaho, or if he prefers not to waive extradition, then we will initiate extradition proceedings through our governor's office. If we do that, it can take a while for him to get here. So again, I'm asking for your patience and understand that's just the way the system works. Once he gets here, he'll have an initial appearance with our magistrate. They'll deal with issues such as making sure competent counsel is representing him, and the case will be scheduled for further hearings. Your primary source of factual information is going to be the court record, because that's what the Supreme Court says we need to refer you to. So please pay attention to what's going on in court and have people there to watch and hear what's being said. As an attorney, myself and my office, we are limited on what we are allowed by the courts to say outside of the courtroom. So please just work with us. Finally, as the chief indicated, this is not the end of this investigation. In fact, this is a new beginning. Y'all now know the name of the person who has been charged with these offenses. Please get that information out there. Please ask the public, anyone who knows about this individual, to come forward, call the tip line, report anything you know about him to help the investigators and eventually our office and the court system understand fully everything there is to know about not only the individual, but what happened and why. Next, I'll introduce Colonel Ked Wells from the Idaho State Police. Thank you.
Because he was rejected.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Kedrick Wills. I serve as the director of the Idaho State Police and certainly want to express our appreciation for your attendance here today. These tragic murders took 4 young, vibrant lives from our community. Nothing we do can bring them back. The only thing that we can do in law enforcement to honor their memories that we know of is to bring this to a successful conclusion. This has been a very difficult time for the families, the university, the community, and the state of Idaho. However, it is also proven that communities come together in tough times. Certainly appreciate the support of the local community and our national audience that has been following us as our investigators have worked through this case. I'm thankful also to you, the media partners, who have helped keep this case in the forefront that generates tips. We will continue to generate information that will help us to a conclusion of this proceeding. I'd like to express our appreciation on behalf of the Idaho State Police to Chief Fry, his leadership, and the entire Moscow Police Department for the way that they handled this from the very beginning. He directed the right people to the right positions that led us to this conclusion today. I've had the utmost confidence in this investigation in Chief Fry, as well as in Mr. Bill Thompson and the Latah County Prosecutor's Office, who've been a great partner throughout this. Nothing has deterred the commitment of the investigators who've worked on this case, regardless of the organization they represent. It's been very trying and very difficult, as you know, that it has been on those investigators as they do the tedious work that they're so good at doing. The partnerships is what's led here as well. The partnerships between Moscow Police Department, I'd like to express our appreciation with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, specifically the special agent in charge out of the Salt Lake City Division, Dennis Rice, and also the work that happened in the last 24 hours in Pennsylvania with the arrest with the Pennsylvania State Police and Colonel Evanchik with the Pennsylvania State Police. We appreciate what they've done across the nation to help us as well. As Bill shared, this investigation is far from over. In fact, I appreciate what he shared, that this is not an ending, but rather a new beginning. The difference now is, as he shared, that we are dictated what information we can share by the court process and by laws in our state of Idaho. And so we will share, as he shared, Mr. Thompson is absolutely committed to share everything he can share court process. We've got to make sure that we do the process. And we really deeply appreciate everybody's support here. The relationships that were forged here and the partnerships that were forged have led to this. And based on that is why we're here today. And we continue to believe that the best way we can honor these 4 lives that have been taken is to make sure that we have a successful outcome here. One of the partnerships that's been forged throughout this is a partnership with the University of Idaho. And on that, I'd like to introduce the president of the University of Idaho, Mr. Scott Green. Thank you. Good afternoon. Scott Green, President, University of Idaho. Today's news and arrest is a welcome one. It's relief to our university, our community, and our extended Vandal family. The outpouring of support over the past 6 weeks helped sustain us during the most trying time, provided the strength that helped us navigate the international scrutiny visited on our students and employees. We are truly thankful for the compassion and acts of kindness shown to our community. Kindness is contagious and provided the light that reclaimed ground lost to evil and darkness. We first want to acknowledge and thank Governor Little for the early promise of financial support that enabled the university to secure our campus and focus on helping our students and our employees in the wake of the crimes. We also appreciate the Idaho State Police and the highly visible security presence that brought comfort and calm to a community shocked and confused by the senseless crimes. We never lost faith that this case would be solved and are grateful for the hard work of the Moscow Police Department and their law enforcement partners. Vast and committed FBI resources brought important expertise to this complex case. Across the board, dedicated, highly competent personnel worked this case to arrest. This crime has nevertheless left a mark on our university, our community, and our state. While we cannot bring back Maddie, Kaylee, Zaina, and Ethan, we can thoughtfully and purposefully carry their legacy forward in the work that we do. Our students come first, and that was proven each and every day of this investigation. We are committed to safely delivering the college town atmosphere, campus experience, and high-touch quality education for which the University of Idaho is known. With time, we will heal. We will move forward together, and we will remain Vandal strong. With that, I'd like to turn it back over to Chief Fry.
So now we will open the floor to questions. However, I want to remind everyone, as Prosecutor Bill Thompson explained, any factual information regarding the arrest of Kohberger is currently sealed per Idaho law and will not be released until he has appeared in an Idaho court. Please formulate your questions accordingly. I recognize there are a lot of questions, and I will try to answer as many of them as I can. Is there an evergreen or Argonaut reporter?
Lauren Patterson, Northwest Public Broadcasting, Spokane Public Radio. I realize the records are sealed. I guess I'm not too familiar with how it works, but can you tell us what tip, what lead, what piece of evidence really led you all the way from Idaho to the suspect in Pennsylvania?
Different view.
As I've said in the past, that's part of our investigation, and we won't be releasing that this time. We will have those answers. We'll have them as soon as we can make those available to you.
Then a quick follow-up and a two-parter. Is our community safe, or is law enforcement still on the search for other suspects who might be involved in this attack?
What I can tell you is we have an individual in custody who committed these horrible crimes, and I do believe our community is safe, but we still need to be vigilant, right? We still have talked about this in the past. We always need to be aware of our surroundings and make sure that we're aware of what's going on.
Hi, Chief. How soon into the investigation did police and law enforcement begin to spot Mr. Kohberger as a potential suspect? And a follow-up, how many tips, if you can say, were specifically related to Mr. Kohberger?
To the tip part, honestly, I can't answer that question, so I'm not even going to speculate on that. On the other part, that's part of our investigation, and it will come out. I'd like the mic to please come right over here.
Thank you. Dana Griffin with NBC News. Can you confirm that Kohberger asked whether or not anyone else had been arrested when he was in custody?
I cannot confirm that, or I'm not sure. of that information, but that would still be a part of our investigation.
Did CODIS initially return any hits on this guy?
That's still part of our investigation. That will come out. If we could get somebody over here, please.
And then one final question. Is there any message to the online sleuths who slandered and harassed people who they believed were responsible?
There was a lot of speculation going on, and we've always said from the very beginning that we're the official message that comes out, and to pay attention to what we're putting out there to the press.
I'm Nancy Liu with News Nation, and we were over at the house this morning, and you told us that the remediation would begin today. It was suddenly stopped. Can you tell us why?
Yes. The house cleanup has been halted, and that came by a legal request from the court.
Christina Corbin, Fox News. Chief, have you identified a motive?
That is part of the investigation, and that will come out as we continue the investigation. But what we still ask is for people to continually send us things in the tip line. We are still looking for more information. We're still trying to build that picture, just like we have stated all along. We're putting all the pieces together, and that will help.
Chief Veronica Miracle with CNN. Any indication that the suspect knew the victims?
That's part of the investigation as well. It won't be something that will come out at this point in time, but as we continue the investigation and as this case goes to trial, that will be brought forth.
Have you spoken to the families? Can you tell us what they've told you today?
Are you talking the victims' families? Yeah, we have reached out to the victims' family as we always do. We've done that daily, and we've continued to have contact with them.
Hey, Nate Sanford, you mentioned earlier that you're still seeking tips about Bryan and that people should still share whatever information they have. Can you speak at all about what specifically people should be reaching out for, like if they know something?
I would say anything and everything. As we've said all along, we know what tips we're looking for. We will take those tips and we will have professionals look at those and decide which pieces of those we need to use for our case. So we ask that everybody would do that.
Angela Palermo, Idaho Statesman. Your department and other investigators on the case took a lot of flack for keeping information close to your chest. Are you glad that you did that? And were you worried about tipping the suspect off?
I will 100% stand behind the way that we handled this investigation. And this all started from day one with our patrol officers arriving on scene, locking down the scene, us calling in the Idaho State Police, us calling in the FBI, and keeping information that was pertinent to this case very, very tight. We want to have a situation where when this goes to trial, there is no doubt that we've done everything right and we've slowed down and we've continued to slow down. We'll continue to do that.
Hey, Chief. Have you guys found the murder weapon or the Hyundai Elantra?
So we are still looking for all pieces of evidence, but we are still looking for the weapon. And I will say that we have found an Elantra.
Stephanie Becker with CNN. Can you tell what it was like when you got the phone call when the police told you that they had your suspect?
I can tell you, for a lot of law enforcement, it was a fairly sleepless couple of days with as we were leading up to everything that we were doing. But what I can tell you is I have faith in those agencies across the nation. I have faith in our officers. I have faith in the FBI, and they did a great job. But sure, there was some times, even throughout the day, that we were always concerned.
Hi, Chief. Danya back at CBS News. Can you talk a little bit more about the suspect's connection to Pennsylvania?
All I know is that he lives in Pennsylvania.
Chief Guy Tannenbaum from Nonstop Local KHQ in Spokane. More about the Elantra. We saw reports that you mentioned that you recovered an Elantra, but can you specify where that was found? And we know that that was one of the biggest pieces of information you were asking from the public to tip. Were you able to provide an information on whether those tips led to this seizure of an Elantra?
That's still part of the investigation that will come out in the future.
Chief Glenn Mosley, Idaho Public Radio here in Moscow. The additional police presence in town and on campus, semester's coming. Is that going to continue?
You will continue to see state troopers in the area. We're talking to Latah County as well. You will see a presence of us that we're always have up on campus. We have assigned officers to that. So you will continue to see a law enforcement presence. I'm going to take 2 more questions.
Hi, Chief. Julie Scott, ABC News. Can you tell us if you eventually had a license plate number to the Elantra and how you tracked it to Pullman?
That's still part of the investigation that will come out.
Interesting. I kept saying, go to Pullman.
Chief, hi, Matt Lovelace with the Murrow College of Communication. I want to ask about Mr. Kohberger as a graduate student at WSU. Are you aware of if he returned to campus after November 13th? And have you had any communication with departments on the WSU campus about his attendance?
So some of that is going to be followed up as we continue our investigation. We'll be asking some of those questions, but that'll come out in the near future. So what I do want to do is I want to thank you all. You really have been the national voice for us. You've given us the opportunity to get many, many tips. And I do appreciate everything you've done, and we'll continue to look forward to working with you in the future on this. So I'd like to thank you for that, and thank you for your time.
Wow. It was interesting how they gave us a view of the audience. I didn't see a bullhorn, Betty.
Thank God.
She was over supposedly at his apartment this morning. I'm going to go look at that last live that she put in real quick and see, but I want to look at something real fast. You don't think it's weird that he's from Pullman, Washington?
Well, he's got an apartment in Pullman.
That's where Enon's from.
Yeah, I know. But his family
Okay.
always.
That's where Enon's from. Oh, look at there's the trucker driving by honking at me. If I ever get kidnapped, guys, I was taken by a semi-tractor trailer.
Huh?
Every time the certain one comes by, he gives me a little honky honk. God. Kaz, how long have I been telling you about the trucker that honks when he drives by?
Oh, all the time.
Kaz.
Yes, darling.
Am I good?
What? Can't you hear me?
Okay. I guess Kaz does. Then you got the trucker.
Can't you hear me?
Trucker that drives by and honk. I hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh.
Kaz can't hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just thought you couldn't hear me.
All right.
Thanks, Kimmer.
Okay. Do you guys remember? Here's Moscow, and here's Pullman, Washington, where Ian's from and where Bryan's from. Do you guys think that's a coincidence?
You want to know my take on coincidences? I'm not a big fan of those.
You back? Oh, okay, Kimmer. I just think that's a coincidence. I don't know. There's Washington State University. Here's Moscow. Enan and Bryan both come from there. And Kaz, what did you say about the Reddit?
Well, which part? About when he was doing
About
his
him posting
thesis.
on Reddit. I'm going to Twitter.
Oh yeah, he was on Reddit.
I was close to getting him, guys. I just needed probably 6 more months. I was on the Reddit, guys. Come on. I said I pinned him at 28:30. I never really thought it was anybody that was mentioned. I joked around about Crime Circus brainwashing me because of the dog, but I still never thought it was Decor, Showwater, Schreiger, Adam, David B, David Loach. I didn't. I thought it was a creeper that was watching up in that tree line. And the only reason why I verged away from Maddie, because remember, guys, you can go back into my titles where I thought Maddie was the target, was when I found out that Kaylee just came back into town that day. And then I thought, damn. I'm definitely getting a spirit box.
No, you don't. They actually got that the Hyundai Elantra was at the Pennsylvania property where he was also taken from.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just reading it
Do
out.
we have an address on him in Pullman or no?
On his Pullman, I'm just having a look.
Yes, he did, Seashells, and he was actually doing an online study that we read earlier, inviting people to talk about their crimes. Chisme, where the heck have you been, girl? We were worried about you. And then I call her, and her phone goes to the damn voicemail thing.
No, I don't. He's only got all his mail goes to his parents' house in Pennsylvania.
All right, real fast. Bohan Betty will probably get mad at me, but before we get into Twitter and wrap it up, I'm going to go look at Bullhorn Betty's. She was supposedly in front of his apartment this morning, his sister's apartment. Let me go see. I have to call. Oh, Law and Order came out with one too. So 2 hours ago, the cleaning crew arrived. We can see all of this on Twitter, though. We don't have to watch her. So here's where she's at the house. Let's just go check this out real quick. It's only 12 minutes long. I'll drop her link in the description. I do want to see what she's talking about this house, though. I'm subscribed to Bullhorn. I'm not going to lie. Oh, slow down,
Hey guys,
Bullhorn.
as you guys can see, we're back in front of the Idaho 41122 King Road here in Moscow, in Idaho. We are covering the case of Maddie Mogan, Zana Kernodle, Haley Gonzalez, and Ethan Chapin. This house is still an active crime scene.
Nope, cleaning crew are there.
Guys have hearing.
Okay.
Active crime scene. We are
I
outside.
just don't want to listen.
Road. This is friends of all 4 of these victims. And
1118.
Hunter and Emily live right here. Many of you guys have been hearing throughout this case their name rightfully. So much so that they've been in just about every single body cam footage that has been released from the noise complaints coming from their neighbors. Right there, 4 of the victims here.
Okay, so that's not where the cam is. The cam is on this property right here.
Correct. Yeah.
But look at how close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the cam is on this property.
Here,
Okay.
lost their life in the early morning hours of.
Yeah, and we're talking about this property. So it's 1118. But how do we have confirmation that he was
November
there?
13th, 2022.
There's no
This is a
confirmation he ever lived there. She's talking
a
about
case that has rocked this small
somebody
community,
else.
making a lot of residents in this community feel unsafe. No problem getting dirty, wet work. And so that's what's bringing.
All right, I don't want Bullhorn Betty to strike me because I know she strikes channels. Let's go back into Twitter. So the search crew is there.
Yep. They had everything
5
set up
minutes.
to do the cleanup crew, and then they pulled the pin.
Let me reload this. For some reason, I feel like I get more out of the Idaho 4 hashtag.
Yes, you do. I agree. Totally
Okay. So we've got on this one, his sister lives next door. He may have had an accomplice. It was getting ready to go to South America Monday morning. Wow. They arrested him at 3 a.m. He's friends with 2 of the girls on Instagram. Well, I could only find one, and I showed you
Yeah.
guys his friends list.
I'll be back in a tick.
All right, police chief. Chisme, you have the link in Discord. They have not found the murder weapon. Arrested at 3 a.m. Kaz said they went in with a SWAT team. Here's something about the car.
At least 10 Sigma Chi members. And, you know, the one thing that every single one of them
Wait a second.
I feel like has asked me is,
Wait, is this him? What? Okay, let me listen to this.
I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members.
What?
And, you know, the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
I can't. I'm done.
And I just wonder if maybe this is nothing more than some kid.
Raybird, I can't believe, am I listening to Bryan right now? Wait a second, guys.
In a fraternity trying to prove himself.
Idaho 4 killer Bryan reportedly called into a YouTube live stream podcast. I told you he was watching the YouTube things, guys. I feel like I'm going to pass out right now, seriously. I've never had this feeling before. I haven't eaten today yet either, though, because of this crap. Oh, this is his voice, Kimmer. Okay, let me shut up and go back to this from the beginning now. Okay. I'm so creeped out right now, guys. I am convinced that him and Enon were friends. I'm going to show you his Instagram after about how much into food he was. I wonder if he threw some light sticks, too.
I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members. And, you know, the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it? And I just wonder if maybe this is nothing more than some kid in a fraternity trying to prove himself.
I'm shook.
And that was it.
So you said you worked with 5 or 6 Sigma Chi kids, and they asked you if you can kill somebody, they can get away with it?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah. Oh, and my God! I know that's a thing that just like maybe people say, trying to like have interest.
Are you as shook as I am, or am I just for some reason just overreacting right now? And it's T-Rev. I was watching him one night, but I don't really watch him. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut up.
Interesting conversation, but like just in my head, it's like, it's always been these dudes that were in the fraternity. And so it makes me wonder if it's a thing that's in their like culture, that they ask to see how smart you are and whatever, and what kind of answer you come up with, and someone took it too far.
Oh, wow. What kind of dudes would ask you that?
Hey, Budget. Hey, Patty and Pink. Yeah, this is the actual Bryan called into T-Rev's YouTube channel, and he's talking about murders. Huh. You can't make this up. I am just like flabbergasted right now.
He sounds like he's on drugs or something.
He sounds just like Enon.
I can't believe this.
Whatever the attitude.
Yeah.
How many of you guys think that him and Enon are somehow acquaintances? They know each other or something. They're from
Yes,
the same
in
town.
that area.
Okay, let's finish watching this. I'm going to grab a drink so I can shut my pie hole.
Crazy as shit, man. That's an outrageous statement, man. I mean, I'd write their names down.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, I like horror movies and all that kind of stuff, and I'll watch those kind of things. But like, when someone like in person says some stuff like that, it's kind of like jarring. It's like, what? Why are you saying something like that?
Yeah, that's man. Who said that to you?
I hit the wrong button. Hey, budget. Yeah, there was an arrest made in the Idaho 4, and that was the killer talking on a YouTube channel that he called into one night. He's a real strange little bean.
Town, and I've worked.
I guess the YouTubers reported him.
That's him. The law officials are still asking for the public's help and tips. Bryan Christopher Kohberger. He was arrested in Pennsylvania with a Hyundai Elantra. Let's see what this is. Is that just a picture? Yeah. He drove 2,500 miles thinking he could get away with it.
Bringing in a professional cleaning crew to go to the residents. And I'd like to give a quick update to the community. Starting Friday morning, we are going to be bringing in a professional cleaning crew to go to the residents and begin cleaning. Part of the reason we're doing that is because of the biohazards, as well as chemicals that were used during the investigation. So there will be activity over at that residence on King Road, and we just want people to know about that. I'd like to update everybody on the amount of tips that we've received.
Yes, budget. Supposedly that was him calling in. I know everyone went live.
I wonder what his motive was.
Rejection. How many of you guys think that he was at the corner club that night? I think he was. How many of you think he's an incel?
Oh, so it probably was that white car that was at the food truck. Yes, Incel.
Yes, Bridget, he did a thing. He was on Reddit. Holy cow. Family mourning. Okay. No weapon, no motive. Oh, he had a motive. We just don't know it yet. Here's the cleaning crew. They need to burn that place to the ground.
Evil was there that night.
Yep.
The cops would have, I don't know, patrolled. They should have patrolled.
They're making it like they're taking ET out. And I'm not being funny, guys, but I don't know why that reminded me of ET. Do you guys think that they're still in there? No. I mean, like, why are they doing?
They could be.
Well, I know they've been cremated. But why are they covering it? Okay.
They could be if they knew there's nothing they could do. I mean, what could you have done?
Budget. Right? But budget, the crazy thing is supposedly his sister lives at 1118, which is literally right next door, or Emily and Hunter live there. But he comes from the same town as Enon, Pullman, Washington. I don't think Enon did anything, but I've always thought like Enon, just something in me told me that either he was in the same Reddit group or, and this guy was in Reddit. I was getting close, girls. I needed about 2 more years. Probably lie like yeah. They probably don't want to show those. Yeah, it's probably a lot of blood actually. Cops homed in on Idaho 4 murder suspect by tracing a white Hyundai to his Pennsylvania address and cross-matching DNA found at the scene. Quadruple slaying FBI had under surveillance for 4 days before the SWAT team swooped. Let's see if this is a video. And then I think we're going to chat for a few more minutes and I'm going to wrap it up.
I'm finding password. I'm running it.
All right, baby, go relax. I love you.
I'll see y'all later.
Well, we're not going yet. Where are you going, Chisme?
You're gonna
From
stay. You're gonna
Washington.
hold the fort,
Okay.
babe. You're gonna hold the
Love you,
fort.
cats.
Love you guys. Bye.
Feel better, babe. Still looking for the murder weapon. He was arrested by a SWAT team 3 a.m. on Friday. A Master's of Arts in Criminal Justice, May 2022. And there he is. DNA was recovered at the scene of the crime. I wonder if he has any cuts on his hands. Oh, look it.
I'm sure he does. Asshole.
Yeah, you're a strange one.
Bryan Kohberger.
Oh, guilty ass lip. Sorry, I'm cussing a lot, but that pisses me off.
Moscow, Pullman, 8.4 miles.
Special being there, and I'm glad I got to see it. Master Sergeant Derek Morris actually got.
Oh yeah, that was the okay. So that was what was on Reddit, guys. Was that the research participation RX cons? So that's his name on Reddit, Chisme. Oh shit. U-criminology_student. He was looking for people to take a course about getting away with a crime. Psychological traits influence decision making when committing a crime. Parents feel incredible relief over arrest of Bryan. I can't imagine what Steve is going through. And then tonight's the celebration of life. 3 p.m. Hour and 15 minutes. Creeper. Christy and Steve feel incredible relief after the arrest was made. Huh. Well, guys. Right seashell, scary. Well, I guess that's it for this one. I'm so relieved and blessed, and I'm so glad they found someone. Now I'm curious
Yes.
if Enon's his friend.
Yeah,
Not that
I
think Enon.
apologize.
You apologize to who?
I apologize to Jack and anyone else I speculated about.
Yeah, I
And
apologize for Jack.
if they ever need anything, they can call me.
I gave Jack 1% because of Murphy.
Oh,
I'm so upset. Hi, guys, and bye. Sorry I didn't say hi.
Will you just keep your little butt down for a second?
Well, can y'all
Let me
hear
go
all the
see if I.
washing machines?
Yeah, I just want to see real quick if I can find the interview on Kaylee's mom and dad. One sec. Let's go back and look on Twitter real quick. Let me get to the Idaho 4 tag. Oh, he was on the dean's list, guys. Look. Area students dean's list. Bryan C. Kohberger.
Yeah, Maddie was on the dean's list.
And Andrew Tate's in the news. All right, let's go see if we can see an interview with. Oh, wait a second. I might have missed something. Oh, yeah, he was following Kaylee. Kaylee and Maddie. I didn't see that on his list when we looked. Huh.
I know it shouldn't be how they dress, but if you're around that many men, I wouldn't. But but it's not their fault.
And here's some of the questions that he asked. Hang on a second. Let me save this so I can open it bigger. This guy is a creeper. Wow. What a complete creeper. Come on. Come on. These are some of the questions. R/ex-cons. Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your home? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this point. This was 7 months before the murder. How did you travel and enter the location that the crime occurred? After arriving, what steps did you take prior to locating the victim or target? Person or object, please detail your thoughts and feelings. Why did you choose that victim or target over others? Before making your move, how did you approach the victim or target? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling. What was the first move you made in order to accomplish your goal? Please detail any thoughts and feelings at this point. How did you accomplish your goal? Please explain what you were thinking and feeling. What a creeper. Before leaving, is there anything else you did? He did something else, see? I think he's giving himself away. How did you leave the scene? After committing the crime, what were you thinking and feeling? What follows are surveys that are important to understanding your unique traits. We're going to go see if I can find him on Reddit and see what we can dig up. All right, let me scroll through Twitter real fast and see if I can see the interview. Wait, what is this? Wait a second. Wait a second. What the hell is this? Wait. What is this?
Hey! Babe, look at this TikTok. Oh my god! Yeah, bro. Go. Sorry about that. What the fuck? I think I'm still in my bed. You want naughty or something? Oh, no, that's okay. Hey, my shotgun got it when I was blocked out. Alright, you want to watch a movie or something? Yeah, sure.
What am I
Okay, that's
missing?
dope, but I don't have TV or anything like that. So, we can just, watch ESPN on my phone. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Ronaldo. He's number 7. Alright, so do you want to listen to my favorite song? I don't really show a lot of people, but
Yeah, no,
it's kind of underground.
Cool. That sounds fun.
Seen the boys get wrecked for this shit. Wow. Maybe I shit. Sorry, that was my mom. So you trying to stay late or? Open the door. Right? Answering my phone call. Who is that? Oh, dude, you gotta get out of here. I got a bitch in here.
Did you wait a second? I am confused. Excuse me. What did we just watch? That was Xana. Just
I
a
wasn't
random.
able to see it.
Here's Xana acting as a frat guy. Ethan dancing to Katy Perry. So that's Xana. So young and fun. So that was Xana acting like a frat guy. And wait. Oh, Ethan. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry. I can't see chat, guys. I'm lost in this right now. Okay.
They
I'm
were
just
all
looking
so
for.
sweet and they had a lot of fun. I'm so sad. Shit. I mean, I should have been sad at the time, but you don't have closure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, this is just 18 minutes ago. Like, look at how much is posted. I'm just looking for the. What is this? His sister lived next door. He may have had an accomplice. It was getting ready to go to South America. The only one I can think of that could possibly be known to him is Enon. All right, so where is.
If he was getting his PhD and criminal justice, you know, he could have found someone that I could
He
see.
got his degree, and he got his degree this year. That was him accepting it.
Yeah. But he could have gotten someone with that career, you know?
And that weird thing he did on Reddit.
What was that? I'm lost.
The post that he made on Reddit asking people to come and give them answers that I just read you. That was the post that he made.
Oh, well, I'm watching over here. I can't really hear that much. But I'm outside right now.
Ugh.
And he was far away.
Well, he drove his car to Pennsylvania, probably thinking that he wouldn't get caught.
Was he at his family's home?
That's where his family lived, in Pennsylvania. Yep. But he went to college in Pullman at the University of Washington. I spoke with a WSU PhD student who says he used to see him walking around this part of campus often. He also met him at a party, described the interaction with him as awkward. Boom. Probably is an incel, guys. So this is where he lived in Pullman. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and figure out where that is. It's right next to a sorority, it looks like, or something. There's a college campus police. Do you consider his eyebrows bushy? Oh, shit. Huh. It's happening in the best friend's backyard. They are searching a property in a gated community. Oh. So this is a neighbor of Bryan. All right, we're gonna follow him. All right, the Pennsylvania that we have him in custody. Look at this, guys. I'm only 38 minutes in. Let me go see one more thing and then I gotta go, guys. But I want to see what I think Jesse Sidebar came out with something. And Dale Carson. I think we should still ask Dale to come on the show. I think Dale absolutely nailed this case. Oh, Johnny Law's live. Everybody and their grandma's live. Oh, never mind. They were streaming the press conference. Let's just see what this is and then we'll wrap it up. Do you guys think that he knew Enon? I don't think Enon was there with him, but I think he knew Enon.
Now learning more details about the suspected murderer of 4 University of Idaho students. Reports say the suspect is 28-year-old Bryan Christopher Kohberger, who was arrested Friday morning in Scranton, Pennsylvania. According to court documents, Kohberger is now waiting extradition and will likely be headed back to Idaho more than 1 month after the brutal slayings. For now, though, he's being held in the Monroe County Prison with a January 3rd court date on the docket. Investigators now believe Kohberger is responsible for the November 13th stabbings of 4 students. For months, they were unsolved, with few leads and thousands of tips. Idaho investigators announced a press conference will be held at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Law and Crime Network will live stream that press conference and bring you the latest details as we have them. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Wow, guys. Hang on, let me look at Twitter again. I think I'm close to finding if Steve came out with an interview. I'm looking. 52 minutes ago. One sec, guys. Guys, I am so excited that we don't have to speculate and wonder what creeper did to send this monsters off the streets. Live event. No. Oh. Oh, well, guys, I thought we could catch you some of it, but you can't even go back. I think he was friends with Enon. I'm going to go look under his Reddit stuff now and see if I can find the connection. Let me show you his Instagram again real quick. Because he likes to cook. How can two... I think he probably skinned the dog too. And I'm going to find out who his sister is, but I can't do that right now. I got things in the real life to take care of. But I'll find out his connection to that house. Let's go back to his Instagram. mean, it looks like he took everything down. Deleted by family. Huh. Before it used to say right there where they deleted it by the family. Eric, I'm telling you that I could feel this one. I think I might have like a little psychic power on this one. It was weird. Deleted by family. Well, anyways, guys, earlier in the live, if you watch it, because I have it on, it says that something about loving food and lots of different foods were underneath it. Yeah, he's a creeper. So obviously they figured out the Hyundai Elantra back to Pennsylvania. And I'm almost convinced that this guy was at the corner bar that night. Oh, Eric, this guy has a Twitter. Go back and watch the stream. He came 7 months ago, Eric. This guy Bryan put out he's a criminologist. He graduated in criminology from the University of Washington State, and he lives in Pullman, same town that Enan lived in. That's not weird. And he's weird too. People say that he would show up at the parties and walk around the area, but he was awkward. Hey, Tony. Yeah, he's having a bad day, all right. He was leaving for South Africa, the rumor is, in the morning. And the SWAT team came in. But yeah, he came out with this post on Reddit. I'll show you, Tony, and Eric, hang on a second, because this was interesting. Let me just show you guys this. He's a graduate student of the Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology from WSU in Pullman. And Dale Carson said, yes, I'd like to chat with you about these killings. Do you think he'll still chat with us? Let me show you this, what Dale said real fast. Dale Carson. He'd like to chat about the killings. Could you form a series of questions to ask me about what, when, where, and how? I still want him to come on. I think Dale nailed it. All right, here you go. Last thing, guys, and I got to get out of here. 7 months ago, guys, he came out with this on Reddit. /criminology_student is his Reddit 7 months ago. My name is Bryan. He's asking people to participate in that seeks to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision making when committing a crime. So then I showed you the questions back in the video, the questions he asked. He's a strange character. Right, Tony? Yeah, Eric, very creepy. I knew this guy was on Reddit. I was digging, guys. I was like on the 16th follower of Maddie, and Kaylee, but man, they had a long of followers. And then I was trying to cross-check them into Reddit. I was trying, guys. I was trying. I had the age right, outer circle right. I was just going back. I would grab a name, take it to Reddit, and search. Grab a name, go into Reddit, and search. I even put Reddit on my phone, and I have no social media on my phone. I even signed up for an Incel dating site, guys, that I showed you on the live. I was determined that he was in that group. And then, of course, when Enon posted on Reddit, his what was it, the UMA or something. I thought, yeah, these two are probably connected in Reddit somehow. I was trying, but I'm glad he's caught. Now we can all breathe and pray to, and I'm going to pray honestly, guys, that we don't have another case for a while. I'm exhausted. I'm going to focus on Madalena Kojo Koro with her wonderful Parents of the Year. Crazy, guys. Our kids go missing weeks, months, and years before the parents. Hey, you know what? My kid's missing. Why didn't you call them in missing? Because you're guilty. And I pray to God they find this little baby before, because her parents are not cooperating. And her mother is from another country. So, right? Seashells, it takes a hold of your mind, these cases. I wish I knew Agnes. I've got a video dropping tonight on her on the updates. They actually, her mother's from Idaho, and they're actually going to let them bond out on a 200,000 and a 250,000, but they have to turn in their passports. I just pray to God they don't have 200,000 or 250, but considering that the house they live in, I'm going to think that they can definitely get a bail to get one of them out. It was Tony. And everybody thought that the Moscow Police Department were not doing anything and all of this. And, you know, some things they had to keep close. But I don't think Enon did anything. I think Enon and this guy were friends, though. Somehow these two were friends, or I don't know, connected in Reddit. Yeah, Agnes. Maybe they're trying to let them out because, see, supposedly the stepfather to little Madalena, who's like 30 years older than her mother, he went to Michigan that day, supposedly, to his family's house and left Madalena and the mother at home. But, of course, she had no idea that she was even missing since 10 o'clock the night before, going into Thanksgiving Day, and never said anything. And then when Tony got back, not Tony, Paul Miter, I think his name is, God, his name might be Christopher too. Christopher Paul Miter. She's like, I can't find the kid. What do you mean you can't find the kid? But then they don't report the baby missing until the school starts looking for her. So she went missing, last seen getting off the bus on the 21st, and wasn't reported missing till December 15th. So, another one. Another Mother of the Year award. All right, guys, thank you all for coming in. Like I said, I am just so happy there was an arrest made. And I hope that the families can start to heal from here. And hopefully this guy is going to sing like a bird, because just I'm still in disbelief, and I'm so happy. All right, guys, keep your babies safe and stay vigilant. I'll see you guys again soon. I'm going to go dig into this connection to Enon because I'm convinced he knew Enon. All right, let me go. I keep talking. I know. I can't shut up.